I got fingers on my lips. Toys that I'm touching, I don't want to put them down. Instead, I want to talk about them. Yes, fresh. Smell the plastic that I crave. I want to shop. I can't be having Bruce Banner. I'm Dr. Rubber Band on Bruce Jenner. And you can call me after dinner. We can talk comic books, but we're here to talk toys. Be proud, make noise.
Get your lips set. Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. Hey guys, it's Dylan. You're watching Toy Lips, and here we are with the Age of Apocalypse Shadowcat. Yeah, this is the final figure before we can build that Colossus hunk. Okay, let's get into it here. Taking a look at this box, you guys know what to expect at this point. At every point, really, man. Who hasn't been here? Who hasn't seen these on the shelves? Probably nobody, because they don't really exist on the shelves unless you're at Target right now, and there's just wave after wave of Eternals. What did we buy? 9 cases? Every week for every store. Wave mates, backside, front, box. Yes, cutting in. Yeah. Stop. Oh. This little claw clips. We should all have clip-on claws, right? Oh, what does that even mean? Boom! Saving this for later. Couldn't you just have phased out of there? And first impressions right out of the package were my calf cuts, my waist cut, my butterfly shoulders, and double jointed elbows. Man, that's an easy one. I don't know. But we get all this nice rib work, and I love this face. Look at this. Yeah. Okay. Kitty Pryde, Shadowcat. The Catherine Pryde of Earth 616 only thought she had it rough. In the alternate timeline of Earth 295, the manifestation of her mutant powers put her on the radar of the Dark Lord Apocalypse and cost her parents their lives. Nearly abducted by the horseman Sabretooth, she would attract the aid of fellow mutant Peter Rasputin, the X-Man Colossus. Joining Magneto's ranks, she would be personally trained by the deadly Weapon X as the team's ghost assassin due to her ability to phase through solid matter. In time, Kitty and Peter would marry and seek out a different life for themselves. This would take the form of training the next generation of mutants. But in this doomed reality, their happiness would be short-lived. Shadow Dance! Alright, aesthetically, I find this Shadow Kitty to be very pleasing. Looks just like the comic, I think, just like I remember. They seem to have nailed all of the details here. And all of this nice sculpted rib work, you know what I mean? I'm digging the head. You get real close here. She's got this, like when a cat smells something gross, though. I don't think they were going for that. Maybe they were, but they have nailed that. Hair sculpt looks nice. When you get the light glinting off of it, it has its own shadow and shading, which is as it should be. I don't trip too much on lack of washes and whatever. Sometimes maybe in rib things like this, you could go for that. But all of this stuff here, the claw housings and the belt. These can't be all new. The body. Why would they do that? Would they do such a thing? I'm just not sure where else we would have a little ribbed female. But she looks great. Right down to the peg holes and the stamping on the bottom of the feet. Ooh, it is stormy outside. Fine time to be in here playing with toys. Look at that, nice, mostly clean back. The paint is pretty nice. They got, for the most part, it's all dialed in. I do have some scuffing at the elbows. That's curious. Maybe it's just it wasn't fully set in the packaging. I don't know. That's a silly assumption. But I'm really digging all of the detail work here. Down to these little, whatever, pouch, you wouldn't call them that. They're just little cases for stuff, for cosmetics and whatever. She's keeping that lipstick somewhere. Nice little choker. I am really happy with the look of this Shadowcat.
If you could go ahead and leave a like right meow.
Onto the articulation, here is where I was a bit surprised. Several things. The head is on this barbell. You can see it, the gappage there. And you get some great looking downward and upward and tilt all over the place all day. Attitude for days. So that's a lot of fun, especially with this nicely decoed face. No butterflies at the shoulders, but it does look really clean, you know. So that's not the end of the world. Arms will come up to here. They rotate all the way around for you. No bicep cut.
Sheesh!
Single jointed elbow, but it has this nice deep cut, so you can fold that thing way up here. Better than a lot of double jointed elbows. Weird. No, it's fantastic. Wrists pegged in there. Nice hinge. And they are both hinged the same way. Pretty standard. Same thing on the other side. Get this nice diaphragm cut. Yeah, you can come forward a little. It doesn't stay. Back a bit. Look at that action. Still nothing at the waist. They just said they can't, it escapes them for a female figure. Maybe a deeper diaphragm cut and just something else. But what do? Thighs are pegged in, upper cut here. Comes out to the side really well. Forward. Back. We have all this sweet butt sculpting. So it's just kind of a lot of side work. You don't really get to go back with those. That's whatever. Double jointed knee comes way up. Great range there. And they look great. And then nothing at the calf, but we do get this hinge and swivel. Rocker ankle, pretty standard. I'm not in a Capcom fighting game. For accessories, our Shadow Kitty comes with a couple of fists for fisting, and the claws extended. And these are, they're just sculpted like this, no movement like the regular, say, Wolverine claws. So if they're all warped a little bit, they're just kind of warped a little bit. Not bad, though. A fella could heat them up, cool them down. You don't need me to tell you this stuff. You would just pull the hands, get them in there, try to get it to focus on that. Instead of my mangled paws, steel erector, erecting steel all day. I build buildings with these hands. What are you going to do, right? I got to make money for these toys somehow. Let's try to wrestle these on right here. Like so. Kind of go sideways, be gentle, but they are quite malleable, softer plastic like you would expect, so they just get right at your way. I have yet to put these on, so this is really cool. I am enjoying it right here with you. Ooh. Little unintentional head tilt, and look at that. Meow. No, that's way rad. We might attempt some straightening at some point. Forward, never straight. Marvel's Shadowcat stands to about 6 1/8 of an inch tall. In 1/12 scale, that would put her just over 6 feet, so I do see how these could be considered a hair over scale. But who, nitpicky hat. And here she is beside a couple of other conventionally clawed contemporaries. The Age of Apocalypse Weapon X and Saber Tooth. Fitting in there really well, I think. Here she is next to a couple of my more recent reviews, the Age of Apocalypse Magneto and Rogue. Rogue should definitely be a little taller than Kitty, but it's like the Marvel Legends females come in essentially 3 flavors: terrible, less terrible, and really tall. So what are you going to do? Not to knock unique sculpting and all this other cool stuff they have going on here, but there should be more. There should be more variation, more articulation. And here she is next to the more modern 616, Pete and Ilyana, Colossus and Magic. Magic from her Uncanny redesign, looking all tarted up and bow-legged. And here we have our Shadowcat next to the Marvel Legends Solo Series Low-Key Wolverine. Nothing low-key about that hair. And the Fwoosh, that's right, the Fwoosh, Articulated Icons Red Ninja with the harness off a later release. Looking solid. Next up we have Noble Cat, Shadowcat, and Sam Jackson holding a cat. Is that too much? What about Brie Larson holding a cat? Much better. And of course we've got Shadowcat stacked up to a couple of more basic bodies, the Marvel Legends 2 Emo for Pizza Spider-Man, and the Marvel Legends Morning Coffee Mostly Bucky Cap Deadpool. Looking sick! Pete, you son of a... Wrapping it all up here with our killer Katsujin, I think she is a very solid addition to the Age of Apocalypse shelf. Nearly knocked out Wave 2 here. Stay tuned for the Colossus Build-a-Figure. Yes! Oh! Still staring at that hunk of torso over there. We're going to put it all together. I know I complain about the articulation, and I wish we had a couple more spots of it, but I am surprised by the way that head works and the deepness of those single-jointed elbow cuts. I think the aesthetic is outstanding. She looks great. She looks just like she does in the comics. She's going to ride nicely astride that Colossus. Telling you what. She comes with extra hands and the optional retracted claws. As ever, I would love a more intense head, but I'm not going to ding it for that because it's just not the standard, you know. Much as I wish it were. What are you going to do? One day you're going to have like fully articulated jaws and, wait for it, lips. But I would give her a 4 out of 5. I love this figure. Thrilled to have it. Thrilled to have you all here. Thanks everyone for the love and support. Throw me a like. Throw me a frickin' bone here. And I will see you guys very soon with that Colossus review. Peace.